All right, I guess this is it.
This is it? Are you actually recording? Like, are you
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
you're recording?
it's real. It's real. All right.
It's real, like 100% real. Like, not like
Yes,
last
this
time
is
when you said you were and you weren't.
no, it's actually happening this time. This is for real, a real thing that's happening. This is the beginning of the rest of our lives,
Is it
or
the
at
rest of
least the
our
next couple
lives?
months.
The next couple of months. Okay, like how many months are we thinking? I don't know if I can commit to you for that long. So like
I
let's
mean,
talk
hey,
about time frame.
commitment is not something we want to talk about here. Let's not get too deep into this. And hey, we don't want to, throw people off. Not most people can be committed to. Wait, aren't supposed to be doing that intro? I
I
feel
mean,
as
normies are committed, but yes, there is an intro. I'm Jen,
oh, I'm Sham,
and
and
we're
we're
monogamish.
monogamish. I think we got that
And
right.
we haven't gotten that right yet, but it will happen at some point in time.
Right.
Anyway, you guys have heard our intro, like our little preview thing that came out last week. So you kind of know what we're about, but we're gonna kind of expound on that this week so you know what we're really about, right? Like
Yeah.
real, like you like how I exaggerated that really? I
I
thought that was
mean,
great.
well, that's what we're doing here. Last week was a quick sentence. Now you got to draw everything out and really just give it our all. So that's what you were, giving an
That
example of right there.
really, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about consensual non-monogamy, we're talking about polyamory, we're talking about being monogamish, which of course will define all these terms for you. We'll put them in the show notes. I'm going to start talking because I'm super important. I
Yes,
mean,
she is.
Sham's important too, but also I'm super important.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about, consensual non-monogamy and how, especially amongst people of color, Black, Latino, etc. Mostly Black because I'm a Black person, just so you
Same.
know.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're both Black. And so it's not really discussed in mainstream media. And so we decided to talk about our experiences in a non-monogamous world. We've of course coined the non-monog. We're trying to be hip with the lingo. But we're both from the Caribbean, which makes
Yeah.
some lingo a little more difficult than others for us to really grasp to become more mainstream. So bear with us. So it's not that we know and we're trying. It doesn't mean that we're trying to offend
This
anybody.
is
We're
a
not.
this is learning experience for all of us.
It's a learning experience for all of us, right? You're so smart, babe. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And you mentioned being Caribbean, then like that's another thing we want to like cover with this podcast is like there's not many voices out there for people who are from the Caribbean. You know, like I don't think there's people in the Caribbean who know that this is a thing or understand that hey, this is the kind of lifestyle that is also lived here. They might have heard of it or some version of it, but we want to give that experience through our prism and let people know that people like us know that there's more of us out here.
I
It's
mean,
okay to live your life like
also,
this.
your granny cheating on her husband with two side man is technically non-monogamous, but
All right,
also
so
not the kind of experience that we're talking about
yeah,
here.
so if
Consensual is a big deal.
definitely. So that's another thing. Yeah, we want to also see if we can try and frame some things that because there's some things that you can just only see in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, in Trinidad, in these places. Like, what is that like? All the podcasts in the world about consensual non-monogamy. Some things they have never would never see,
Yeah,
in
they
their
won't see
lives.
it. They will
So
never
there are
see
things
it.
that we're gonna try and explain that you can only see in the Caribbean, which is not a real place, as we know before. Uh,
The Caribbean is not a real place. Jamaica's not a real place. Trinidad's not a real place. Nowhere is a real place in the Caribbean, especially compared to Twitter. Well, according to Twitter, as the case
yeah,
may be. But we're gonna dive right in. We have some definitions that we want to talk about
it's
with
about to be the
people.
sexiest dictionary you ever read.
Sexiest dictionary you've ever read. Is
Mhm.
that my sexy voice?
I
Do you like
mean,
it?
any voice you make is a sexy voice. So,
I'm so exciting. But
mhm.
yeah, so my definition is about polyamory. I mean, we're talking about polyamory. According to the Oxford Dictionary, it is a practice of engaging in multiple sexual relationships with the consent of all the people involved. But polyamory also means like many loves. So
Yeah,
it doesn't mean that it's just sexual. It could be romantic as well, which is something a lot of people like don't talk about. when it
Yeah.
relates to poly, they're kind of like, oh, that, like, we talk about, of course, polygamy, people who are polygamists,
Yeah,
bigamists, that
they
who
just
are
think
married to
about
like multiple
weird.
people, whatever. And
Yeah.
there's all these, and there's, what? It's totally understandable people feel this way about it because it's been shown to them on television, in books, in movies,
Can't judge
etc.
them if that's all they see. If the only time they've ever seen polyamory is like some weird sister wife or something like that,
Big
who are we to
love.
judge or be mad? I mean, I'm still mad, but who are we to be mad at them for thinking what they think?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
just
I,
kind of
I can't blame you for thinking what you think based on what you've seen.
yeah,
I can only hope that you will see there's a different side to things and what you think, and that you have an open mind. And of course, like I said, we're talking about definitions. We're going to
yeah,
post this very lovely diagram we found on Reddit. Well, both of us found on Reddit at separate
yeah,
times in the show notes. We're going to talk about all this stuff. We're going to give the
yeah.
basic
And
definitions of things and kind of talk about what we think.
so the next definition, of course, is monogamish, which is, of course, the name of our podcast, and it's also a term that was, first coined by sex columnist Dan Savage. Big up Dan. He's a longtime advocate and
Boop,
speaker
boop.
on
Big up Dan.
things
Boop,
of
boop.
this nature. So yeah, and he defined it as being mostly monogamous with a little squish around the edges. That means the monogamous couple sees each other as their main romantic partner, but allow for outside sexual experiences every once in a while. So it's like it's what as monogamy, the definition that you probably already have in your head, but just like with a twist, with a little more flavor, with a
Like
little yeah, a little
every
razzle
once in
dazzle.
a while, I can dabble in, little experiences and stuff. And I mean, it doesn't mean that this person is not still my main romantic and sexual partner. It just means that, like, I mean, well, for me, as a pansexual woman, if I were to date a man, which, why would I do that? But also, if
You
I were to date
gross.
a man, for example, it doesn't negate the rest of my sexuality. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to date trans people or non-binary people or, women or men who I really, connect with. And that's something I experienced in my last relationship where I kind of had to be like, okay, we're monogamous, we're only dating each other, but also every once in a while, we have a little like, I'm allowed to go off and, cut some cane on the
Yeah.
fields with a
Cut some
lovely young
cane.
lady.
I'm writing that one down.
Yeah,
All
right now,
right.
cut some cane
Mm.
on the fields with a lovely young lady. And
We
every
get
once in a while,
into origin stories later.
he does that too. But, it just is kind of an idea that, me being with a man doesn't negate my sexual or romantic experiences with other people. And that's
So
what I,
similarly,
yeah.
me dating outside of my marriage does not
Yeah,
negate that marriage. It's
similarly.
yeah. So you can
Similarly. Maybe.
so look at that synergy.
I mean, we're also talking about consensual non-monogamy. So, I mean, let's just clarify that. So, there are many couples who practice what we know as consensual non-monogamy, or what all of you refer to as cheating, but with permission. um, Whereas polyamory involves being in love or romantically involved with multiple people, consensual non-monogamy means just loving one person but having multiple sexual partners. See how this is complicated? Because the initial definition of polyamory, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is just fucking other
Yeah.
people. And so consensual non-monogamy is really like drilling down into that, where you're loving one person and you're committed to one person. So it seems. I mean, that's not really the real life definition of how these things work sometimes. But yeah, you're committed and
Yeah.
drilling down to one person. And so as a result of that, you can, with permission, quote unquote permission, because no one owns anyone else,
Of course.
free to explore sexually with other people. Because, I mean, think of it this way: you get married at 20 and you die at 80. That means you're fucking the same person for 60 fucking years. Like,
Imagine.
I can't imagine because it's not real. But okay,
Yeah, I can barely
sure.
imagine doing any one thing for 60 fucking years.
What I'm gonna do 60 years from now? I'm gonna be playing Mario Kart.
I mean, yeah,
Anyway,
I can imagine doing that. Not to judge anyone who does do that. Hey, if you came fresh off the virginity boat and married the first person that you fell in love with,
and
and you
have been
managed to stay
monogamous.
with them for 60 fucking years, 60, under the Lord's eyes, fucking years. That's fine. We have no issues with your lifestyle. That's fine. We just want to bring another lifestyle into the spotlight. Not even the spotlight. We're just going to be on the edge of the stage, just trying to do a little dance and bring some attention over here, but not take
Make a
away your
little love
attention.
and get down
Don't
tonight. Is
worry.
that what we're doing? We're
Hmm?
doing a little dance, making a little love,
Oh, we're
and
making
get
a
down
lot of
tonight.
love, a whole lot of love. But yes, but don't worry, we're not here to try and take away anybody's monogamous experience. If you're just here because you're curious, don't worry, we're not there's no monogamish agenda. We're not here to change the world. We're just here to make the people in the world feel comfortable as who they are. And then, going from that, it's real comfortable? Swinging. So swinging is just like sorry,
You're
not my
like,
best
it's real
segue.
comfortable swinging. Like,
I
no.
found it comfortable. Yeah. So, swinging, more or less, people who engage in group sex or swapping of sexual partners, according to the Oxford Dictionary at least, the Urban Dictionary, a person who engages in consensual sex with people or couples outside their core relationship. I mean, so basically, this is our way of saying it's not swinging like, back in the 60s, that was key parties and, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that
Hey,
still
we still have
happens.
key parties now. I think
Mm.
that's still a
I
thing.
mean, I feel like it's probably more like technologically advanced. Like I feel like it's
That's
like a
true.
like probably
That's
for everybody in like a group chat or something. Like and by that time for keys. But yeah, but singing like this is like the least emotionally involved of all the definitions so far. Just like nah, straight up sex with who swing, mix and match, have all the fun. So yeah, that's kind of what swinging is, or at least at the very least. But those are the definitions
yeah.
when you bring it up. That's what we mean. Swingers are
I
people
mean,
who just fuck.
yeah, people who just fuck. I mean, outside of their marriage, outside of their relationship, outside of or whatever. But remember, consensual is core to all of this and making it work.
Yeah.
So, you're not just swinging
Oh yeah,
without
no.
boundaries
Yes, both of
or
you know. Both of
rules
you
or whatever. I
engage.
mean,
Actually, I'm actually unsure.
no,
If
I
both
mean,
of you don't engage, is it still swinging?
I don't know. That's a
See?
weird thing. I think that if you both don't engage, it's not swinging. I
Oh,
think
then
it's
it's
just consensual
then that's yeah,
non-monogamy.
yeah. See, look,
So,
see, we're learning as much as you guys are. We just did the reading beforehand, but we're still trying to figure this out.
yeah,
So
no, no,
we're
no.
not.
Because, swinging, like when you see it on TV, and I'm sorry, I know we're referencing TV shows, movies, whatever, it's like couples like fucking each other, or
Mm,
like someone like, I guess, is cuckolding a version of swinging? Not really. I mean,
I
unless you're
guess
getting
yeah,
like, I mean, if you're getting sexual pleasure from being cucked, I guess that makes sense. You want to know what cuckolding is? Google it. Google
yeah.
it.
We could
I'm not
yeah we didn't
that.
write that one down, but oh, is safe search on or off? Like because it's if they just Google cuckolding, it's gonna take them straight to porn, most
I mean,
likely.
it might, but if you're
You know
looking on
what?
the regular web page, it might not. I
You know
mean,
what?
Urban Dictionary might come
Hmm,
up first.
Safe search off. You know what? Roll the dice. Whatever comes up. YOLO. All right. And then, of course, open relationship. There's going to be a lot of overlap with these definitions, I realize, but that's just what happens. So an open relationship is a marriage or relationship in which both partners agree that each may have a sexual relations with others. And that's Oxford Dictionary again. And then Urban Dictionary, to hold a connection with and honor a significant other while allowing both individual freedom and choice to live and love without limitations. And compared to what I've seen on Urban Dictionary, I am really surprised that
That's
this
so
very
flowery. That's so
yeah,
romantic.
like Urban Dictionary usually just has like the most random bullshit definitions that somebody else wrote when they were drunk one day.
No,
But
no,
yeah,
there are a couple more on there. So there are like four on Urban Dictionary, which are, so you read two of them, right?
okay,
Well,
so
no,
probably not the
you
best
read
one.
one of them. Sorry, you read one of them.
Hmm.
So the one that I think is like so relevant to whatever is like a relationship in which two people agree that they want to be together but can't exactly promise they won't see other people too. Basically, to have it all, a significant other, and then the freedom to hook up with other people. Common during college for many post high school relationships. I mean, I think it's like so naive in a way. I mean, it's not that
Yeah,
simple. I mean, the people that we know who have open marriages, open like, romantic relationships, it doesn't mean that,
yeah.
it's not that
I actually
simple.
find people in college are usually a lot more like jealous and like I don't know, in my experience. That's
I think
usually
it's
where
also
like they're
because
craziest.
there are too many options in college, right? It's
Yeah,
not
I
like when you
guess.
were Okay, so look at it this way. So like you're dating a coworker, right? There are 20 of you that work in the office, and you're a dude dating a girl that works there, right? There are 10
Hmm.
other girls who work there, right? So if you and this one girl you're dating agree that yeah, it's okay to date other people, she can fuck one of the other, 9 dudes that work there.
I mean,
Is it
first
nine?
of
No,
all,
eight. One of the other
what you're
8 dudes that
suggesting is
work there.
already a bad idea because you're talking about fucking your coworkers, which you should never
I'm,
do,
I'm just trying
especially
to
you.
like
I
make
know
it
you're listening.
small.
Do not fuck your
I'm
coworkers.
I'm trying to make it small so
He
people
knows who he is.
understand,
Yeah,
right?
all right, fine. You
You,
work with it.
you know what I mean, right? So it's like there are 20 people that work in an office. So you're one dude, so you're one dude out of 9. She's one girl out of 11. That math works, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Anyway, it
think
works.
I
Yeah.
did not sign up for math today.
But yeah, so you're one dude out of 9. She's one girl out of 11. So you guys are in a relationship, but both of you agree, like, yeah, we're like totally open to fucking other people in the office or in real life, whatever. But right now we're talking about in the office because the
Yeah,
office is the only world because you
yeah,
live there and you sleep there and shit.
yeah.
So
Of
you're
course.
like,
So,
yeah, we're gonna fuck only people in the office. And so she decides, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this other dude in the office. It's gonna be so great. And you're
mm,
like, cool, I'm gonna put this other
famous
girl in
last
the office.
words.
It's gonna be so great. And you guys just
Never
do
is.
whatever,
Hmm.
but also you check in with each other to make sure that the person's okay. I think that that's like a key tenet to me of all relationships, that you check in with the other person to make sure that they're on the same page as you, because
Yeah.
otherwise, what is the point? And
So that's definitely a thing. Not even just in non-monogamous relationships. Just any relationship is built around trust and communication and like empathy towards your partner. So if you think about that in the realm of having sex with other people, which sounds crazy, but it's possible. So just think of it just like anything you would do, you wouldn't do to upset your partner. You want them to be okay with it. So similar like that, you wouldn't have sex with someone else if it would make your partner upset or they weren't okay with it. So,
exactly. It's just all about boundaries. And I mean, that's where my favorite topic comes in.
ooh,
Unicorns.
magical.
The
Magic.
magical unicorn, right? Because usually with a unicorn, you both have agreed that this is someone that you want to fuck, right? It's a
Yeah.
term used, well, they say, according to Urban Dictionary, it's a common swinging term used in the community to refer to a single female interested in meeting other couples, described as such due to the rarity of finding said females. And I really hate that word females, but whatever.
Yeah,
By
it's
no
always
means
there.
derogatory, but quite the opposite, a rare treat. So
Speaking
unicorn
of
is a rare
college.
treat. Right? In college, I think that people tend to have like those random unicorn threesomes.
Mm,
I think that's like very common in the college scene. Like couples have a unicorn threesome. They have a
it
girl
wasn't
they're
mine.
both attracted to, and they both just kind of like, yeah, let's touch private parts.
The technical term, of course.
The technical term, private parts. That's it. That's the technical term because that's science for you right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and as I said, there's way more definitions, way more terms, so we don't need to get into all that. But we will have like the chart as mentioned before, which is just a big giant interlocking of sets,
Yeah,
just explaining all the
it's a
different
big
things.
Venn diagram of like squares and like oblongs and shit. And the side panel just says types of non-monogamy. So
Yeah.
there's so many things that you could look into, so many things that you can talk about. I mean, the definitions are all there. They'll be in the show notes. There'll be a picture or a link to it. And on the blog also there will be a picture of it so you
I
can look at
mean,
it
yeah.
in real
Personally, I
time.
don't like labels, but people, it makes the world easier to look for,
It
to
make
look at.
it does make the world easier for you
You
to
can put everything in
understand.
a little box, and it's like, all right, this is that, this is that. So that's why we're using these definitions and so on to make it easier for people who are just coming into this world. Either as a member themselves or as an outsider looking in, they can kind of more understand the language and different things that we're going to bring up while, making this podcast.
Absolutely, because we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We might throw around terms randomly. So you'll hear us referring to polyamory as poly or polyam, depending on if you remember to use the right term that day or not. um,
Yeah, because apparently Polynesian people are upset at polyamorous people because they kind of ape their term.
Yeah,
And like,
because poly is for Polynesian people, and then polyam makes sense for polyamorous people. But of course, you know, it
Indonesian
it
or
it, it
Polish?
it's
Like,
it's all a process. It's all a process. It's all learning and trying to think.
we're
It's
all
like
learning. Yeah.
it's all we're all learning about it. And of course, in my history of polyamory and polyam and non-monogamy,
Mhm.
it's like I got into non-monogamy because I'm pansexual and I'm greedy. What is
Okay.
pansexual, you ask? Google it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be nice to you guys. I mean, honestly, I started off being known as bisexual when I was about 7 years old. I was really young. I knew that I liked women, and I really wanted women to be like my best friends. I wanted to spend the night with them at their house. I wanted to have sleepovers. And there was a dude, of course, I also wanted to kiss, but I also wanted to spend the night at this girl's house and be her best friend, like
Yeah.
ever.
I love that.
I lied to my mom to
Oh
make
dear.
sure that I could spend the night at this girl's house.
Oh
Like,
boy.
it's ridiculous. It was
Hope
ridiculous.
you're
And
not listening.
no, mom is not listening. She knows what I am, but she's not listening. And
Okay.
so I mean, it was just weird. Like I knew that I liked her too much, if that makes sense. So it's like, that you're as a young girl, there's always the jokes about like, oh yeah, what about your boyfriend? What about like your future husband? Whatever. Like, do you want kids? But when I was 7, there was a girl I wanted to be my best friend. I wanted her to be my best friend forever. Like I didn't want to talk to anybody else. I only wanted to spend the night with her. I wanted to cuddle. I wanted to do all the things.
I love this
And
this child interpretation of love or romantic feelings. Like,
yeah,
'cause
no,
I
it's
guess at the
like
time you
I
the
just want
idea
to
of
I just want to hug you for a long time.
I just love that. Like, your brain is this is what your brain figures this means. So like, yeah, imagine.
I know. It's just weird. But yeah, and so of course, over time, I've evolved my terminology, moved
Mm.
just from simply bisexual to pansexual. I date non-binary people, I date trans people, I date all sorts of people. I don't date trees though. Trees are not my thing. I also don't date saucepans. Saucepans,
Wow.
ugh,
Yeah.
real shudder. They are not really for me.
We know you're out
Or
there at
frying,
home making these jokes. We've heard them all.
yeah, but frying
Oh,
pans are my jam.
okay. You're a little kinky that way. I respect it. You
So
dabble.
how did you get into polyam?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, boy.
Oh, that rhymes. Polyam and sham. I'm so
Nah,
smart.
look at that. New to the name. Um, yeah, so my story is a little bit more basic or boring. Well, maybe not boring, but yeah. So
No, never boring, babe. Never, never boring.
in the aforementioned college days, I met a young lady who is now my wife. Fell in love, the
Wife,
usual,
what a wife, wife. When I
what she
first
said.
tried.
Yes. And so, we got together. Everything was a pretty standard monogamous relationship until one day, she revealed to me that she was bisexual. And, I, being the dirty, greedy, straight man, was like, oh, bisexual girlfriend means threesomes. And, she was like, yeah, sure, why not? And, from there, we started being the couple that kind of sought out threesomes. And as mentioned before, the unicorns, we were that couple looking for unicorns. But
Predatory. Look at you, so predatory.
no, never. We always went to them as friends. And we were never the couple. She was never, I think, giving me a threesome. Like I always made sure it was something enjoyable for both of us.
Oh yeah,
So
that
I think
matters. That
that's
matters.
definitely
Sorry to
important.
cut in, but yeah, that's super important. Whatever happens between you guys in the bedroom,
Yeah,
all parties have to enjoy. If
exactly.
someone is not having a good time, if someone is not fully consenting to this action, it just has to stop.
Hmm.
Sorry. I know
Yeah.
this is a thing, and we're not supposed to be talking about it, but I have to just dive in and just say this.
No,
The
very important.
fact that all of you were enjoying this really matters. And I think a lot of people get involved in threesomes and pretending or thinking they're bisexual or polyamorous or whatever to appease their partners, and that is not okay.
Those are always the worst stories. And also the
Right?
worst threesomes.
Worst
Like you don't
threesomes.
want anybody in that
Exactly.
bedroom half-assing it or not
Exactly.
into it. Hmm.
So we all have to be on the same page about what we want. And so if Sham, the wife, and I decided that we were going to hook up, all three of us have to be okay with it. We have to agree to the same terms. It's like, okay, condoms. We're all going to use condoms. That's totally fine. There's not a point of renegotiation where you just decide to take the condom off. Like we all agree they're condoms, so they're condoms on the whole time, unless we all say no, there are no condoms. It's fine. We can just take it off. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
so many different things that have to be considered as a part of like a regular sexual encounter with two people, much as three or more, because there's always more, right?
Always room for more.
There's always room for more. So the more the barrier.
Oh yeah, that's
let's
what we
let's
said.
slip
Call
that in
back.
there. Let's slip that in there. But yeah, so sorry to butt in. You can talk now. I just felt like hearing my own voice about it, and I'm super
It's
important. You
fine.
can
I always
carry
feel
on.
like hearing your own voice, so that's fine. Where was I? Okay, yes. So from there, threesomes and whatnot, the usual. So in the beginning, I'm sorry to say, but the arrangement was that we could have sex with other girls. She could have sex with other girls. I could have sex with other girls, and but there was nothing about like other men. Because at the time, I'm just a man. I'm just like, no, I can't see you having sex with another man. I can't believe it. I can't, I'm not okay with this. Girl.
Ooh.
I was young and unwise. But as time went on, grew older, uh, a situation came up where it was going to be let's call it a group event,
At group event, you mean an orgy?
a group event,
An
and
orgy. Okay, great.
at that group event, the possibility would be there for her to have sex with other men, and I was like, well, I don't want to stop you from doing this. I don't want to, stifle you. I want to be fair, and so we allowed it. And ever since then, it's been kind of a weird free for all where she's been allowed to go off. I've been allowed to go off. We've done things together. We've had, unicorn relationship and then another unicorn relationship. And then, so right now, I would define us as, what was it? Not monogamish. No, probably more CNM, open relationship. No, polyamorous. I'm going to go polyamorous. Yeah,
So
you
you're more
never,
poly. So do you love your unicorn?
of course I do. How could I not?
I don't
She's so
know.
lovely.
I don't know. Maybe your unicorn is just about sex. I don't know. Maybe you don't love your
Nah.
unicorn.
No, of course I love my wonderful, beautiful unicorn. I wish she was here right now so I could just fill her face with kisses. But unfortunately,
Aw,
she's away.
how
Makes
sweet
me
and
sad.
romantic. I'm sad that unicorn is not there with you.
Mm.
It is very, very sad. But it's good that you and the wife have reached this understanding where you guys can kind of, check with each other and still like go off and do your own thing. And also, maintain like a relationship that's core to you guys.
Yes, that's the most important thing. We make sure we're all checking in with each other. Like anytime anything outside comes up or anything, we always check, make sure the other person's okay, they're fine. We try to talk about our feelings, in general, but specifically about stuff like this to make sure the other person's comfortable and so on. You
Mhm.
never, I just realized you never really went into your non-monogamous relationships. You focus more on the pansexualness of it all.
I did. I mean, if we're gonna we're
You're trying to short the people.
no,
You
no,
want
no, we're gonna keep it
you want
back.
to
We're gonna
share
keep
your
it back.
story.
I am a unicorn. I am a unicorn right now in a relationship with a lovely couple. I mean, we've had our issues over time, of course, and nothing is perfect, and we're all our own individual people. But right now, I think we're okay. I mean, to be fair, I'm going to be honest. I'm better with the husband than I am with the wife, but that's just because of multiple other issues that we have going on. Wife and I's birthdays are really close together. And so
Sorry.
we have like the same like sun sign. I know astrology is not what you signed up for, but it matters.
Yeah, it's fine.
And so it means that things for us are like more intense in a way than with the husband. Because with the husband, we can kind of like manage each other. But
Hmm.
like with the wife, like when things are super intense, like when we're in a fight, we're in a fight. And when
Yeah.
we're like having a good time, we're having a good time.
I mean, that sounds like any relationship. It's just with one more
Yeah.
person. And hey,
It
that's how
is,
these
it
things work.
is. It is how it works. And I mean, I don't have any other primary relationships outside of this couple right
Okay.
now. It doesn't mean that I'm not like dating. It just means that right now there is no one that I can say is like, hey, a part of this situation worth my consideration in a way. So, uh, we've talked
All
about
right.
us a lot. We've talked
Yeah.
about our feelings and shit. So now let's just like keep it silly, keep it cool because I'm gonna be cool right now. I want to be cool and fun and spicy.
Yeah,
Um,
we
let's
get into more serious stuff in future episodes, but now let's just let's
yeah,
finish strong with some fun.
let's talk about some fun. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So you want to talk about some famous couples and people who they say practice non-monogamy or polyamory or swinging or whatever. I think that it'll be fun for us to talk about. These are just the rumors. No one can prove anything. And so if we're keeping it Caribbean, we're going to talk about Usain Bolt and his girlfriend, Casey. So everyone knows he's been with Casey for like a million years.
Yeah.
He won gold medals and shit while he was with her, but he's also been caught, quote unquote, out there cheating while with
Yeah.
her also. Like, is it cheating or is it like a consensual, not monogamous relationship? Is it swinging? Is it poly? Like, what is it? Because he's been caught out there, like, kissing some chicks, lying in bed with some chicks, doing all this shit, and she hasn't said a word about it.
There's like no reaction. There's no nothing. So,
No reaction. Is
so this is
she
where
out there
speculation comes
spurring
in.
other people to? I mean, I don't want to say yes or no because
We
I
have no
don't know.
idea.
But all we can say is that we are aware that there are rumors that he has cheated on her and that she has said nothing about it.
Yeah. So is
And
this
she
just
has.
her, you know, being like, oh, that's just both? Is this her, as some say on Twitter, like she's just securing the bag, so she's not trying to mess up a relationship, which fine, whatever. Or is this just them being like, hey,
I mean,
this is
my
our
VM foot,
situation?
so I get it.
Jesus Christ.
In my VM foot, so I get it.
Yam foot aside. Yeah, this could just be them,
I mean,
deciding
but
that, hey,
also
with the
like.
life that he lives and the life that they live, hey,
But
you
also,
know,
have you seen his gold medal feet? I just want to clarify right now. Like, have you seen his gold medal feet?
I
Google it.
focus on the
Google
shoes.
it.
The
Google
shoes
it.
are
Yahoo it. Ask Jeeves. Do whatever you have to do to it. Just Google what size shoes does your Usain Bolt wear, and then you let me know how you feel about it. Anyway,
anyway. Love is love. Yes. So another one similar to this, which is another couple from Jamaica, which is Agent Sasco and his wife, and that's a similar one where because they're living this high profile life, people are think. I'm not sure. Is it has he not hasn't been seen like he's like not as a
no. I don't know that he's ever been seen doing anything wrong, quote
but
unquote wrong.
it's Jamaica. It's small. People rumors about. So people say, hey, we don't say, them thing are going and him have somebody on the side. I don't know if she is known to have someone on the side or anything like that.
I really don't know. I mean, I know she's focused on, was it like an education initiative that she had or something like that? She focuses on something like with kids and schools and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
I think.
that's cool. Mhm.
And also their own kids because they have kids. So that's
Yeah.
the thing that they focus on. But yeah, no one really knows what's going on there. I mean, I think it's good when people have their private lives private.
Hmm.
I'm totally 100% on board with that. I will never try to breach that privacy. If it's out there, it's out there, and people will
Yeah.
comment on it and whatever. And of course, we will always try to be kind on this page.
Of
Like I say,
course.
these are just rumors, they're just speculation. No one is confirming anything. No one's trying
Never
to
mean
slander.
any ill will.
We don't mean any will. So I just want to clarify that. So we're gonna take it away from Jamaica, and we're gonna go to America. America, as
Yeah.
we go there, and we're gonna talk about hip hop culture, which of course is an episode gonna we're talking about like later down in the season. But we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about Blueface. Now I had no idea who Blueface was until I heard that Bust Down Tatiana song
Yeah, that's
with
the one song.
Cardi B. As far
That
as I know,
is.
he only has one song. I
Yeah. I
mean, I
mean,
hope he doesn't get mad about that. I just don't know any other music by him. I know his music because of Cardi B, and it's just because I love the Ooh, got it. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
hey, he's not gonna hear this. You know what? You could just start a feud with him right now. It's like, hey, Blueface, come at us. But please
No,
don't. I feel
we're
like you're
not starting
dangerous.
a feud. We're
Never
not
mind.
starting a feud. I'm just a casual, kind, loving person who
Yeah.
has heard that Blueface has two girlfriends
Yeah,
And
today's
because he
a rumor
posted
mill,
on
but
his
yeah.
Twitter or his Instagram or something about all three of, well, he has a tattoo of like a lion on him, and those two girls also got the same tattoo. But then there's a rumor that they also robbed him, so I don't know what's really going on. Like I said, just rumors, just speculation, they're just maybes.
Yeah,
Like,
I've never seen a definition for when the two girlfriends get together and rob the man. I'll have to check.
I mean, like
I'm
really,
gonna
what
have
do you
to.
what do you mean?
I'm gonna email Dan Savage and see what he can help me about that one. But I don't think there's a definition for that
No,
particular relationship. But
nope,
yeah, so
there
that one is
isn't.
less of a rumor. At least we know about the two girls and the tattoos. So that's it's an example of a non-monogamous relationship. I mean, it existed.
I mean, but also don't get tattoos for no nigga.
Nah,
No,
no.
don't do it. Don't do it. So sorry. Never do it.
Especially that
Continue,
nigga with a
Jam.
blue face.
I mean, like, his name is Blueface.
I can't keep beat for shit. Anyway, moving on. So now this one is gonna be a little weird. Some of you may already know this, most of you probably don't. Stephen Hawking, astrophysicist, I believe, one of the great minds of our generation, one of the smartest
Greatest.
people in the
One of
world,
the greatest. You forgot to, you
yeah,
didn't say great. You had to say greatest. You had to do
greatest
the
minds.
exclamation arm thing where you say
Yeah,
greatest. You had to do the thing.
the thing, yes. So he has been known to frequent sex clubs in the past, sex clubs, swinger clubs, whatever. And you're probably saying, he's a quadriplegic. How is he gonna enjoy? Apparently, he would have the nurses like dance on him and stuff. I don't know. It's very weird and very
I don't
specific to
know.
him. But all I'm saying is for if, as Jen said, one of the greatest minds ever decides he wants to be a swinger, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe swinging is a more advanced form of life that you all are not able to grasp yet,
I
and
mean,
that's
Stephen
fine.
Hawking knows about aliens, so clearly he
Yeah,
knows about
yeah.
this.
He knows the mysteries of the universe, and that man that made him decide. You know what the universe needs? Pussy, and as much as possible.
But since much
So
about
yes,
everything, just want to slide that in there. Just like, yeah, I'm just gonna slide that. It's just gonna
so yeah,
happen.
but
No.
yeah. Mhm.
I
So
mean, yeah.
yeah, I don't, so it's hard because like he's not exactly in a non-monogamous relationship, but swinging. He's
But
there. He's going to sex clubs. He's doing
you
stuff.
don't
He's
know
doing
what he's
stuff.
into. You don't know what he's into.
Exactly.
He's never talked about it.
Mhm.
I mean, not that I know of anyway. But who
Yeah.
has talked about it? Akon. So there are rumors that
Convincing.
Akon, you know. So here's the thing. There are all these rumors and speculations about African men and
Mm,
them having multiple wives. And
yeah.
if you've ever dated a Nigerian man, that's the thing that they say. And I'm not just
Yeah.
throwing Nigerians under the bus, I'm throwing all of the men from every country on the continent of Africa under the bus.
But we've
I'm
heard
throwing,
about you Nigerians. We heard about you.
we've heard about Nigerians and these Ghanaians. Yeah, Ghanaians, I've heard about them too. I worked with a Ghanaian, so I know what I'm talking about. But yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I don't want to throw in shade at Ghana because my family's from Ghana, or at least
okay.
half of my family's from Ghana. It's like,
But
hey,
also, Akon is also not from Nigeria, I don't
he's
think.
Senegal, I
He's
believe.
from Senegal, yeah. But
Uh-huh.
I've dated a Senegalese guy also, so I feel like I have experience with the African dick. Just
Wow.
want to clarify and put it out there. So Akon supposedly has multiple wives. One of these wives was on some like what Love and Hip Hop Atlanta or whatever it is. I don't know whatever kind of reality show it is that this supposed wife was on. He
Yeah.
was not on it, but she was on it. I don't know. I mean, it's been talked about on social media for quite a few years that he has multiple wives, and he made a comment about it. Like the record label didn't want him to talk about it. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny what the real situation is. All I
Yeah.
can say is that Akon is a man
Man,
from the continent of Africa who may
who?
have multiple wives.
Yeah. That's all we can say right now.
And he has a boatload of kids. He has like
Well,
a whole
yeah,
soccer team worth of kids.
of
So
course. That's not a rumor.
that's straight facts.
That's just unfortunate.
He's a soccer team worth of kids. He loves his kids. And Akon also does amazing things for the environment. Like was it what's that word? What's that word where you do like stuff for the environment and you make
Um.
electricity and shit without like harming the environment? Whatever word that is, he does
Oh,
that.
non renewable. Non.
Yeah, he does that. He has like solar panels and shit in like countries
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. I
needs
saw that. Like we all
and
saw the hundreds of tweets. Akon is lighting Africa. No one is talking about it. Well, now we're
yeah,
talking about it. Be
that.
happy.
Yeah, we're talking about econ lighting Africa up.
All
The
right.
continent of Africa, not because Africa is not a country, it's a continent.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify, people think I'm crazy, whatever, but I work with people that
Yeah.
say weird
All right. And
things.
so these last couple people are just rumors. So we're not gonna go too in depth on them. It's just fun stuff to just throw out there. We don't want to come in too heavy on our first episode. We just want, just line up a little bit. We came in with the definitions. We gave you our stories, and then we want to give an example of the kind of topic we would talk about on an episode. So we're actually gonna do a more in-depth celebrity episode,
Yeah,
music
episode
episode, and so on.
two is about celebrities,
Oh,
like
Jesus.
famous people who are confirmed. And
Yeah.
like confirmed is also a very like weird word, but also confirmed
Yeah.
to be
So
involved in the lifestyle.
So basically, we're going to be talking less out of our ass on those people. We're going to actually have research and proper examples of why we believe these people are living these lives that they are. You
Yeah,
know,
that's what we're doing. I mean, and that's pretty much what we're talking about. This is what we are about. This is Monogamish. You can
Hope you
find
liked
us
it.
on Twitter at Monogamish Pod. We have a blog. It's on WordPress or whatever. You can email us at monogamishpod@gmail.com. Again, all this stuff is included in the show notes. It's just all there. You can find
Yeah.
us. I hope you like us. I hope you find our voices
Oh wait, wait,
appealing.
wait. I've heard enough podcasts to do this. All right. So find us on iTunes, rate us 5 stars, just leave a review. Um, um, Google Play, other stuff.
Anchor, SoundCloud.
Yeah, Anchor is the main one. Yeah, because we're using them. So
We're using Anchor. We're using SoundCloud.
using all the
And
things.
I think it comes up on Spotify too. I don't know. I have to check that.
We don't know. We're
Well, I
still new
should
here.
I should know this. Yeah, but it might be there. If you check it and it's not there, you can email me at monogamishpod.com at gmail.com and tell me about it.
Yeah.
Sure. See how I plugged that there? It was messed up, but I plugged it. Go me.
Good job.
I high-fived myself.
It's fine. I was doing it too in spirit.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Again, I'm Jen,
Oh, I'm Sham, and
and we're
we're
monogamish.
monogamish. Is
And
that
we're
good?
still working on that. I
Or
think
should it be
it's
like, oh, and we've been monogamish? Oh, that could be a nice out.
are we monogamish?
Huh?
No, we're not. Like we're on different things. We're on different
Yeah,
things.
we're all over the
But
place. But
monogamish is a great name.
yeah, so we're gonna use it. I
Check out
thought we were
Dan
ending the
Savage.
podcast.
Yeah, no, we're ending it. We're ending it.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Jeez.
Okay, so bye.
Yeah, XOXO. Bye.